Hello, welcome to Thor Talk, the show all about Marvel's resident God of Thunder. On this episode of Thor Talk, we find out why Jason Aaron's Odin is so abusive towards Thor. Plus, it's a battle of fathers versus sons, as Odin and Thor battle it out on Asgard, while Loki and Laufey settle their differences in Jotunheim on Thor Talk.
I am Thor the Thunderer, son of Odin, prince of Asgard, and this world is under my protection.
Thor number 10 was written by Jason Aaron and was published in February of 2019. The story starts out weeks ago in Asgard, where Odin gives his ruthless brother Kull a perilous task. Go to Svartalheim and spy on the Dark Elves. Kull says if Odin wanted to kill him, he should have just done it himself like their father Bor would have done. Odin tells his brother that he's not trying to kill him. He's actually trying to give him one last chance to redeem himself by saving everyone. Eventually, Kull relents, but he tells Odin that if he survives, he's coming back to take the crown and Odin's head with it. Odin uses the fragments of the Rainbow Bridge to send Kull to Svartalheim, and we hear the thoughts of the All-Father. I am Odin, son of Bor, the high and holy lord of Asgard. There was once a time when I could crumble planets with a wave of my hand, or snuff out stars with my breath. But just because I am the All-Father doesn't mean I know how to do every blasted thing. Like how to be a father. Screw be it! I need more hammers. War looms ever closer in the horizon, and I must... But the dwarves are too drunk to hear anything, and they are not the only ones who have had too much to drink. Odin tries to think of how to approach his son. Talk to the boy. He looks tired, stretched too thin, in need of help. I should tell him what I know. Sit. Grab yourself a drink, boy. I came for hammers. Don't do this. Now you've both left me for Midgard. How fitting. Don't say these things. The worst things you can imagine. But enjoy your Midgard while it lasts, for soon Malekith will enjoy it too. Ha! Don't drive him away yet again. I tried to give you a second chance, father, but don't ever speak to me of Midgard again. Don't be the same old fool. Boy, Odin is the one who speaks while galaxies obey. Don't ever presume to tell me what I say. Don't be your father. Say what you want, old man. I just won't be here to listen. I am still your All-Father, and you will go when I give you leave to. Take your hands off me. Father, the realms have passed you by. Let them. Thor, before you go, I found the hammer I made you. Realms are burning and you would have me waste my time. Is that what I'm doing? Aye, but not for long. You swing hammers like a girl. No wonder your Mjolnir left you. In Jotunheim, Sir Stone Snow brings a frog before King Laufey, demanding justice. The frog was Stone Snow's son, transformed into a frog by Loki. Loki claims responsibility, but says that he did so because he was mocking him. Laufey approves of Loki getting revenge, but not of how he got it. He tells him to kill the frog the frost giant way. Loki refuses, but Laufey stomps it into a pulp anyway, and he denounces Loki as his son. Malekith then arrives to see where Loki's allegiances really lie. Loki claims to be in league with Malekith still, but the Dark Elf seems to doubt this, as he sends his warriors to follow and kill the god of mischief. There go 2 more hammers, you ruined boy. I'm going to smash the next hammer across your stupid face. Thor knocks a pillar towards Odin, but the All-Father blasts it to pieces and summons the Odin force, sending every hammer in his arsenal at Thor. Thor stands his ground, his body courses with lightning, and he blasts the hammer to pieces, sending the fragments towards Odin before turning his own hammer on his own father. I was still a boy the first time I tried to run away from home. I was determined not to let my father see me cry. But Bor beat me until I wept like a baby, and then beat me all the harder when I wouldn't stop. I wasn't there when the boy was born, or if I was too drunk to remember. I watched him grow up and become a better god than me, and I resented him for it. Even as a boy, he was more beloved, and I called him arrogant and tried to shame him. I cannot feel my face. My son is going to kill me now, and I will die without ever having told him anything that truly mattered. I love my son. I love his fervor, his moxie. I love the lightning in his heart. I love the mighty Thor. I just wish to the gods I knew how to tell him. Ugh. I always knew it would end like this. Do it, boy, and I'll finally be proud of you. Thor is shocked by Odin's words, but Balder tackles him to the ground, telling him that their father has had enough. Father? Call him father if you wish. He's nothing to me. Later, Balder tells Freya of how he had to intervene to save Odin's life, but she just wants to know where her son is, knowing that right now he needs his All-Mother more than anything. Odin is willing to confront his problem. He goes to the one person he feels is best suited to help him with his alcoholism. Tony Stark. My name is Odin Borson, All-Father of Asgard. But let me not be remembered as such. Let me be remembered simply as a father of one of the greatest gods who ever lived, even if the only thing I ever taught the boy was not to be like me. Well, that was a lot to unpack, to say the least. Overall, I think I would have really enjoyed this issue if this took place in an alternate universe or didn't involve the Odin that we already knew. But since I know that this Odin in this universe isn't an alcoholic, abusive father, so it's harder to take. I feel that the story itself was well done, but it's not an accurate representation of the Odin we all know and love. At the very least, we do get hints that his power is indeed depleted, as he implies that he can no longer do the great feats that he once did. But if I look at this Odin as a completely separate character, I think it is interesting to see the psychology of Aaron's Odin. He doesn't hate his son, he loves him, but his own abusive father has left him without the knowledge of how to be a good father himself, or even to tell Thor how much he loves him. If Aaron was writing this as an issue with Zeus and Hercules, I think it could have worked for those two because they have a lot of glaring issues between them. But he's not, so I'm not sure what my opinion on this issue will be by the end of the year. I guess I'll have to wait and see. Well, that's all for this episode of Thor Talk. If you want to keep up with and support Thor Talk, simply subscribe. Once again, I'd like to formally state that all art and video is owned by its respective companies, and I own none of it. With that said, see you next time on Thor Talk, where... You'll be holding